Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Angela. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry if y'all can hear the vacuuming in the background. We wait until the end of the night to do chores around here. But anyway, I'm Angela Webb, and I am a very grateful Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. And my journey started about 6.5 years ago, almost 7 actually. And my goal was to lose my baby belly. I had a 9-month-old at the time, and also to earn extra income. I'm one of the rare people who decided to jump in and share Plexus for income, share with people in my life, family and friends. And so my health wins pretty early on were amazing, in my opinion. I tried a couple of different other like supplements and programs prior to Plexus, and nothing that there wasn't anything wrong with those systems, but it was just wasn't anything that I could stick with. And so immediately with Plexus, I realized how simple it was to be consistent, and just, get a regimen down that worked for me and my lifestyle. And I went down from a size 10 to a size 6. I'm heavier on the bottom. I got, a little junk in my trunk. So that was a big win for me. 10 pounds, about 20 inches of fat. I think, just side note, a lot of us really put a lot of stock in what the scale says, but inches of fat really is king, way more important than pounds on a scale. As you can see, I went down several pant sizes and only lost 10 pounds. My seasonal allergies prior to Plexus were horrific. Usually between the month of March, so right around this time, all the way through the summer, I was miserable every single year. And that was one of the immediate things that I noticed. My Claritin, my prescription nasal spray, all of that, I had no use for anymore. And still to this day, 6.5 years later. My sugar cravings, I had a mean sweet tooth. Sugar cravings went away, just balanced energy. One of the major kind of health wins, I'll say, and blessings along my journey was that I got to experience pregnancy with Plexus. And so I remember prior to conceiving, I saw some amazing testimonies from other ladies who had decided to continue taking their products and got the thumbs up from their doctor and just had incredible pregnancy experiences. And so I knew I wanted to have one more baby. And so when I found out I was expecting, I did ask my doctor. Another side note, I did want to just, give my doctor a heads up that I was going to continue taking the products. But I had already decided in my mind that because the products, all the things that they did for me and my health, I was going to continue taking them. They're plant mineral based. There wasn't anything that I was concerned about, my baby having. So good news is my doctor did give me the green light, and she said, just keep doing what you're doing. And the differences between my first pregnancy and my second were huge. First of all, my behind did not spread nearly as much as it did the first time. I gained over 50 pounds my first pregnancy, and about 30 the second time around, which is supposedly in the healthy weight gain range. I had terrible just muscle spasms, Charlie horses, indigestion, itchy scalp, swelling, inflammation, all of that my first pregnancy. Literally none of that the second time around, y'all. There's the old wives' tale that if you have a lot of indigestion and heartburn during pregnancy, that means your baby's going to come out with a head full of hair. So because I didn't have any of that going on, I just swore that my baby was going to come out bald, and she didn't. She came out with the most beautiful head of black hair. And so I credit the Lord, obviously, but also Plexus with such a great pregnancy experience. Labor, delivery, recovery was literally a breeze. I've had no major illness in the last almost 7 years, which is such a blessing, especially in light of the year we just had, where we've lost over 500,000 Americans to this virus, y'all. And so to just, be here today and still be healthy and still have a healthy family, I count it all joy. It's such a blessing. And I do credit Plexus for just kind of keeping me healthy and keeping my immune system strong. So, what drives me is I actually have an aunt. My mom's oldest sister passed away a couple of years ago from complications from lupus. And so we do have some autoimmune disorders in my family. My grandmother, she had horrible rheumatoid arthritis. My other grandmother died from complications from dementia. And so for me, it is so important just knowing that, we do have a family history of some of those things, just to stay healthy. It's one thing to, live and just survive. And then the other thing is it's actually living your life, right? And so that I choose the latter. And that starts with a healthy mind, healthy body, just healthy in spirit, all the things. And so the last thing I wanted to share is, in terms of just the opportunity of Plexus, I mean, I wrote down a list of ways that my family and I have been blessed by this opportunity, and even the ways that we've been able to bless other people because of this opportunity. And one story that I tell often is about 4 or 5 years ago, my husband and I found ourselves in a custody battle with my bonus daughter's mom that we did not initiate. We did not ask for. We, it literally, we were blindsided. I'll just say that without getting into too many details. And I remember thinking I had a brand new baby at the time. She was only about 3 weeks old when my bonus daughter came to live with us. And I remember thinking, how? We just went from 2 kids to 3 kids full time in a matter of 3 weeks. And how are we going to do this? How are we going to afford this? How are we going to, deal with these legal fees? I mean, that was not something that we planned for. And the Lord was just so gracious in the year of that battle. He literally filled in the gap month after month after month. Because of Plexus. I firmly believe that Plexus was brought to me in that season to help fill in the gap. We never went without. And at the end, we did get awarded custody. And the most amazing thing happened. I mean, at that point, while we filled the gap, we drained a lot of our savings. And I mean, we spent thousands and thousands of dollars fighting this battle. And about a month after we were awarded custody, we received a random check, and it covered the exact amount of the legal fees that we spent over that 12 months. And so I think about that, and I share that story often because I really believe that in my obedience and just the way that he ordered my steps and our steps and just continue to fill in the gap, I know that Plexus was supposed to be a part of that story. And so I'm grateful. And I can't imagine life. This is probably going to sound really dramatic, but I can't imagine life without Plexus. Truly, it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life. So.
Wow, it's so interesting to hear, because Angela's one of my best friends, to hear her share all of these different things that she's been through on this journey, because she's been with me probably longer than 99% of the people on this team. And so it's been a blessing not only to see obviously how the opportunity has blessed me, but it's even a double blessing to see how it's blessed people that I care about. So thank you for sharing your story, Angela. Okay, so next, before we go into our next testimony, I want to talk to you a little bit about why Angela was talking about so many things that were helping her. And it's because when you take products that truly get to the root cause of your health issues, you begin to see relief in a lot of different, what you would think are random areas, but it is all very much so connected. So I want you to think about, look at this graphic right here, both of the graphics up top. And I just want you to think about, do you or have you ever suffered from any of these issues? Metabolic syndrome, brain fog, memory problems, hyperactivity, ADD, ADHD, you yourself or anybody in your family or household. Angela did not share a ton of her other testimonies of people in her family, because we don't have time to share all that. But if you or anyone you know suffer from any of these issues, it is absolutely 100,000% going to be tied to your gut. And so don't take it from us. After you get off this call, go Google gut health and whatever the current issues that you're facing, go Google that and you will see, especially if you go to a website called PubMed, has a ton of peer-reviewed articles, medical articles about how the ingredients that are in our products are very much so tied to gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. Okay. Which brings me to the next slide. A lot of people wonder, well, how is Plexus different? They wonder what makes Plexus different from a lot of other health companies that share a lot of other things. And not to say that the other health companies don't offer something that's valuable. But the reason why so many of us on this call believe that what Plexus offers is the most valuable thing that you can do for your health is because we specifically focus on getting to the root cause of most Americans' health issues. And anything that you, again, Google that with either gut health, inflammation, or blood sugar, and one or more of your health issues is going to be tied to one of those three key things. So just think about an umbrella. All of those things, like food allergies under gut health on this slide, food allergies and sensitivities, bad breath, autoimmune disease, brain fog, depression, anxiety, eczema, psoriasis, digestive issues, constipation, craving carbs, all of that falls under the umbrella of gut health. And then the same thing for those things. So, and this is not an exhaustive list, y'all. This is just a very small, minor list of things that fall under the umbrella of gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. And that's specifically what our products are created to address. So, next story, we've got my girl Rhea. She is a diamond in Plexus. I'll let her tell her story, but her story is very different because Rhea is pretty new to Plexus, whereas Angela has been doing this with me almost from the beginning. So we didn't really mean to do the call this way, but it's great that we did because y'all are two of my level one jewels that are literally like bookends, started from the beginning and now not started at the end, but started here recently. So take it away, my friend.
Thank you, Robin. Hello, everyone. Like Robin said, my name is Rhea Moore. I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what that means, what Diamond Ambassador means. But basically, it's really cool. It's living my best life, living the good life. And, Angela mentioned it sounds, I can't remember the exact term you used, Angela. I told myself to write it down. But you said it sounds corny, but you can't imagine. I don't know if you use the word corny, but you can't imagine your life without Plexus. And anyone who is using Plexus and has, especially given the business side of Plexus a chance and just using Plexus period, will not think that's corny. Like we all understand and agree exactly what she's saying and agree. And I totally agree. Like I cannot imagine my life with Plexus right now. I don't want to imagine my life without Plexus. So I started Plexus, y'all. Gosh, it's been a journey. So I've known Robin since undergrad, and shout out to Xavier. And she had been reaching out to me, y'all, for years. And so I'm this person who's like, hey, I know about health and wellness. I'm in the health and wellness industry. My master's is in public health. I worked in community health and development. I'm a Pilates instructor working on, my certification as a health coach. all the nutrients you need, you'll get from your food. You don't need a supplement, yada, yada, right? I just knew I knew everything, right? And I didn't need to listen to anything about these supplements. And all the while, y'all, I'm really preaching and teaching, gut health and eating, we ate a lot of anti-inflammatory foods, but I'm preaching, gut health and anti-inflammation, yada, yada. And, but I didn't want, I thought I could do it without supplementation. Well, one day, y'all, my now 4-year-old, she was 2, I think then, she said, I'm so tired. And I remember looking at her, I was like, what do you know about being tired? You're 2 years old. And then my middle daughter, who's 9 now, I think she was 7 at the time, she said, Mommy, that's what you always say whenever we get in the car every morning to go to school. Like, I didn't even realize it, y'all, but every time we got in the car to go to school, like, apparently I'd sit down and go, oh, I'm so tired. Like, before I even started the car. And this was before Plexus, right? And so fast forward, Robin's been talking to me about it, and I'm just being stubborn. I don't think I need it. She sent me some samples, and I don't even know what happened to the samples. I never told Robin this, but I didn't take those samples. I don't know what happened to the samples. Like, my husband put them away or something. Okay. So then I finally decided to try the product, and I loved it. I absolutely loved and adored it. Then I joined, I purchased my welcome pack. Robin told me about, hey, you share with 3 friends and this is what can happen. And the rest is history. Once I did that and saw that you get paid weekly, and I knew how awesome I felt. I was like, okay, everybody has to know about this. But anywho, I started trying it and I started Plexus. And then I realized, y'all, that all these things I've been trying to do for years are happening. They were happening. All these, all the repairing my gut, repairing my family's gut, focus on our blood sugars, anti-inflammatories, and tackling inflammation. Plexus, after I was doing all the right things and I was still exhausted. I was still saying I'm tired so much I didn't realize I was saying it. And then I started taking Plexus. And so fast forward, one day, my daughter, at this point, I don't think she had turned 4 yet. She's probably like 3.5. The one who said, I'm so tired. She just went, I'm so happy, just like out of the blue. Like, I'm so happy. I'm like, you happy? And then it dawned on me, this child is not like, she's, repeating me, and she's mirroring me. And she's no longer saying, I'm so tired, out of the blue. So here's all those things that happened in that, I'm so tired to I'm so happy time. You'll see right here on this slide. So inflammation is gone. You can see in that picture at age 40 before Plexus, age 42 during Plexus. And on the left, y'all, at 40, I had just run a half marathon. I was drinking only water. I was eating plant-based diet. I was teaching like 3 to 5 Pilates and bar classes a week. I was tired. I felt terrible. And on the right, okay, I couldn't feel my foot for like 3 months after that half marathon. So the picture on the right, I had not just run a half marathon. Okay. Also, this was actually at a Plexus retreat at Robin's house. And I tell you this, I was not eating only plant-based and I was not drinking only water. Okay. Cause we were having a lot of Prosecco, and this was taken like the last day of that. And so you can see the difference the difference in the inflammation. My energy levels are back up, y'all. I've always been a pretty high energy person, but my energy was just plummeting. I was having, my thyroid was acting wackadoodle on me. My hair was thinning or falling out, really just clumps of hair in the shower coming out. And I was tired. And so my energy levels are now back. I'm sleeping well now. I'm actually sleeping, not just sleeping well. I'm good. I'm just like getting into that. I sleep good. Okay. With a lot of O's in there. I used to get sinus infections all the time, y'all. Like every other month I had a sinus infection. Since being on Plexus, no sinus infection. I don't have to, do my Flonase or what. I was on everything, y'all. Zyrtec, Allegra, Mucinex, anything like neti pot, all that stuff, doing essential oils all over my chest and even my feet and my nose, under my nose, and none of that worked. So I don't have any of those sinus infections anymore. No more headaches, y'all. Less anxiety. And also, I'm off. Not only am I off of, I no longer need, what do you call it? Xanax or Zoloft. I talked about my hair. I'm going through this list right here, y'all. I had a lot of GI discomfort. It's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I need to try this Plexus, because I saw Robin posting about Probio5 and probiotic and everything. I had a lot of GI issues. I've been seeing a gastroenterologist since my 20s. And I'm now 43. And it got to the point where I was, I was seeing my GI doctor like every other month, just trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And he was like, you look fine. Your blood work's fine. Your ultrasound's fine. He would talk about my thyroid levels, but he was like, you're fine. I'm like, I'm not fine. Something's wrong. Like, I feel terrible. Also, I have 3 daughters, and my oldest was born at 23 weeks. So she's a micro preemie. She's had a lot of health issues. And with that came a lot of healthcare debt, y'all. And I've been able to pay off my healthcare debt. And that's when I was saying, what does diamond mean? And I'll get more into that. We've paid off all of our healthcare debt from my daughter's surgery. She said 8 major surgeries. And let me tell you something, that major medical is no joke. Okay. Also, we've been in a pandemic, y'all. This is a pandemic. And so in the middle of this pandemia, and my 3 kids, learning from home, and people are just struggling financially. I've had and physically, I've had family members who have died from this pandemic. And I don't want to say it's been a wonderful year for me, but it's been a really good year. I hate to say that, for me, for my family, for these 5 people in our little bubble of our house, right? Not for the nation at all, not for my family members, but I'm saying, we have been able to increase our income. Like, I can't even explain it, y'all. And so during this year of a pandemic, having all 3 of my kiddos schooling from home and the world shutting down, I was able to increase our household income by 200,000. Who can do that? Who can say they're able to do that? This is an amazing blessing. And so I share my health wins and also share financial wins a lot, because I know where my family was before Plexus. I know how hard we were working, how we never lived, we're not extravagant people. We're just not. Like, even now we're putting a lot into savings. We're just not extravagant people. And I know what it's done for us. And we worked hard day in and day out and lived for our kids, and we tithed and we thanked God, and he took care of us. Lord, today he took care of us. He continues to take care of us. But we still just had this healthcare debt that is gone now. And I just can't explain what a lift that is. And that's why I share this financial opportunity with everyone. And the health changes, y'all, benefits are just amazing. And last thing, I'm very thankful what it's done for my daughter. She has a lot of chronic issues, her migraines, her gastroparesis, because she's had some of her intestines removed, her asthma, her very, very mild cerebral palsy, but it does wreak havoc, like on her ankles, her feet, and her hands. And I've seen what this has done for her, and I just can't be quiet about it. I cannot be quiet, because we have not had to go into a hospital during COVID. And y'all, we used to be at Texas Children's Hospital all the time, like seeing the best of the best specialists, trying to figure things out all the time. Why is she screaming in pain? Why is she, why, like, how can we stop? I'm doing everything y'all telling me to, and my child is still screaming in pain 3 days a week. What can we do? Why is she having all these fevers? What are chronic fevers? What does that even mean? I know what it means, but why? Where's it coming from? And we're not doing any of that, y'all. Like, I have not walked into Texas Children's Hospital this entire pandemic. And for a high-risk household, that's huge for us, huge. And I didn't talk about this picture on the left. That's me on the top, y'all. That's me on all of them. That's me on all these pictures on the top left corner, But the top 3, the pictures on the top 3 on the before Plexus, and then look at the bottom ones during Plexus. Y'all, I can't, that picture on the top left, I'm like, dang, Rhea, I look like I'm 30 years older than I actually am, right? I don't even look like my 40s. I look way older. I didn't even realize when I posted that, because I posted that picture all happy, thinking I was cute back in the day when I posted it. I don't know, 3-4 years ago, whatever it was. And probably about 4 years ago, because I think I had my youngest one. And looking at me now, I am aging backwards. I am aging backwards. And the only thing I'm doing different, as far as healthy habits, is Plexus. If anything, I'm doing more unhealthy habits during this pandemic, if anything. But I've added Plexus, and it's just a game changer. And that picture in the middle is me in my Plexus Lexus. How many times who can say that you can work from home, and one day the Lexus dealership pulls up with a GX in your driveway and you didn't pay for it? Plexus did. And that's a blessing, y'all. To not have a car note is a blessing. Okay. So don't block that blessing. Health-wise, financially, don't block your blessings.
Oh, I love this. And I have to say, Rhea, because you're my girl and I can say this, But the top left picture, girl, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of
My
how they
grandmother?
make Mandy Moore look old on This Is Us.
Yeah,
Like for
you're
real,
right.
like the old version of Mandy Moore. It's crazy. Like you don't even look like the same person.
I mean, I look like I look like I could be in my 60s and 70s, and I mean, which is fine.
I would try to say all that, but you know what I mean? Just like
No, I
made to look
do. I
older.
think I
You know
look
what
like
I
I
mean?
could be in my 60s. I do. Nothing. 60s is still young, but 60 versus 40, that's 20 years. I look like I'm 20 years older, than I am. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally have aged backwards. Wow, such a powerful testimony, Rhea. Um, you know, the thing about this opportunity is so many people start for these products. Okay. They start for the products. And honestly, this business opportunity is so amazing because of the products. Okay. Without the products, we don't have a business. So a lot of times you will hear people ranting and raving about the products, but I love doing calls like this because at the end of the day, um, health is wealth, but also having the options, having choices by having and creating financial margin. And for these ladies, creating financial freedom, it makes all the difference in the world. So, our main product combo and our most popular product combo is called the triplex. It consists of our slim, our probiotic, and our bio cleanse. Our slim is what balances blood sugar. It was originally created for type 2 diabetics. It is an easy, super simple drink that you mix up in a bottle of water every day and you just stay consistent and it will work. It will help to balance lipids, your blood sugar, triglycerides, cholesterol, blood pressure, all the things. And then we have our Probio 5 and BioCleanse, and it really does help with intestinal yeast overgrowth. A lot of people, they wonder, like, why do I have such weird symptoms? And they wonder what's the root of it. And a lot of times people don't really understand that they actually have leaky gut. So when you have an imbalance in your gut, you're supposed to have 80% good gut bacteria and 20% bad. Most of the time in this country, people have the exact opposite. They have 80% bad gut bacteria and 20% good. Well, that's a problem because that means you have an overgrowth of the bad stuff. And so, in order to get rid of that, you would either have to get on a Candida albicans diet, drink a whole bunch of kombucha, and eat a lot of sauerkraut and kimchi and tons of fermented foods. It's a very strict, regimented diet that you would have to get on to really naturally be able to eat your way and drink your way out of having Candida yeast overgrowth. Or you could take the triplex and really focus on healing and repairing your gut. So these two products are really a power duo, and they go right alongside our Plexus Slim. It's our BioCleanse and our ProBio 5. Our ProBio 5 is formulated to balance your intestinal yeast in your body. So that means it's going to kill off, because it has an antifungal and digestive enzymes to kill off the bad gut bacteria that most of us have too much of, and to replenish the good gut bacteria that most of us have too little of. And then our BioCleanse, it really helps to cleanse the gastrointestinal tract. The average person, y'all, carries between 5 and 25 pounds of toxic waste. And if you are full of literal crap, there's no way that you can be well. And so this BioCleanse is really going to help for you to gently cleanse your system. Both of these products are really, truly recommended to always be taken together, because when you take ProBio 5, I liken it to you scrubbing a toilet. You know, if you've got a nasty toilet, your kid's been using the bathroom all week, every Saturday we wake up, we clean the house. And when I start scrubbing those toilets, well, there's no way I would clean the toilet and then not flush it. And so that's what BioCleanse does. ProBio 5 is scrubbing out all the bad stuff and getting all the bad stuff out, but BioCleanse is actually flushing it out of your system. So that's why it's such a powerful duo. And then obviously we just talked about the pink drink. It is natural. A lot of people wonder, why is it pink? It's because of the beetroot extract. So there's no sugar, no aspartame, no sucralose, no ephedra, no phentermine. It's not any crazy diet drink. No artificial sweeteners or colors or flavors, and no stimulants. Okay. We do have other combos that are really great, specific to weight loss. You can, and I lost my 30 pounds and 30 inches off of the triplex, because these products weren't in existence when I lost my initial weight with Plexus. But Active, Slim, Lean, and MetaBurn is also a really great combo to help you with energy, fat burning, and filling nutritional gaps. So I'm going to briefly share my testimony, and then we will wrap up. I started Plexus, like I said earlier, 7.5 years ago. I just wanted to gain willpower with food and lose some weight. and to knock my carb addiction. I joined for the discount simply because I'm a bargain shopper and I wanted the biggest bang for my buck. And when I started taking the products, I started to feel so much better, with energy, better sleep. I stopped my Dr. Pepper addiction. That was one of my big vices, was Dr. Pepper. I love me some Dr. Pepper. And I knocked my carb addiction as well. And so in the first 2 months, I only lost 2 pounds, but I lost 19 inches of fat. And that really kept me going because our products are designed to burn fat and not muscle. I really measured myself to know what progress I was making. So that kept me really motivated. By the end of about 7 months, I lost the 30 pounds, and those 30 inches. And it took me from a size 10, 12 to a size 0, 2, depending on the maker of the clothes. I then started sharing Plexus very casually. Back in the day, really no one was sharing Plexus that I knew at the time. So I just started sharing the products on social media, was scared to death to do it because I'd never done anything like this before. But just like most women, when you find something that you like or you love, you share it naturally. Just 99% of the time, you're not getting paid for it. So I started sharing the products. And what I found was everybody in my sphere of influence really needed what I was offering. Everybody needs balanced blood sugar. Everybody needs to heal and repair their gut. And everybody needs to get control of a lot of the inflammation that we have that we don't even realize. And so continue to share the products. About 7 months in, no, about 7 months in, it was the end of the school year, 2013-14 school year. And I was making half of what I made as assistant principal. And so I took a total leap of faith and I decided to go all in with Plexus. I really wanted to be home with my girls. They were 3 and 6 at the time. They're now 10 and 13. And I began to share Plexus, and this was my full-time gig. It was very scary when I walked away because I had no idea where the Lord was going to take me on this path. But almost 7 years later, I lead one of the most successful teams in the company. And it is absolutely because God honors his faithfulness. You know, he honors when we are faithful to a little, he blesses us. And for years and years and years, I shared these products, had no idea where this opportunity would take me. But now thousands upon thousands of people's lives have changed because of these amazing products and this opportunity. And so I want to share with you just a little bit of perspective. You know, Angela and Rhea both talked about, you know, what it means to be a jewel in Plexus, what it means to be a diamond in Plexus. And a lot of people do think that we probably are just kind of peddling around and making a couple $100 a month. But this is real income, and it's life-changing income, even at the rank of gold, senior gold. You know, when I was a gold ambassador, I was making about double of what this graphic makes, just because I had a really big customer base and I was really consistent. And making $2,000 a month was life-changing for me. Heck, making $600 a month was life-changing for me because the average person who files for bankruptcy, they say, and they've said in a study that they would not have filed for bankruptcy had they had an extra $300 to $500 a month margin in their budget. And so don't think that if you try an opportunity like this out, that, oh my goodness, I can't see myself ever being a diamond. First of all, you can. Where there's a will, there's a way. And if we can do it, you can do it too. But also know that even if you have no desire to take this all the way to the top, if you just wanted to make enough money to cover your products and pay, you know, $150 in gas every month, that is worth your time. Creating margin in your budget matters. What Angela was talking about, being able to cover the legal expenses for gaining custody of her daughter, she was not a jewel at the time. That was blessing her business. And this opportunity was blessing her life way back when she was a senior gold ruby ambassador. And so this is life-changing income no matter what rank. Obviously, when you get to the emerald, sapphire, and diamond pool, the income is absolutely life-changing. And I cannot tell you how much freedom my family has gained and how much peace of mind my family has gained from this opportunity alone. So I want to end with this. The person that invited you to this call, they probably have or may not have shared with you some of the options of how you can get started. We've got two different types of welcome packs. We have smaller welcome packs that have minimum just the triplex, if that seemed interesting to you, which most people do get started with. And if you want to go all in, if you really know you want to start sharing and you want to get a sampling of really all the products, We also have some bigger welcome packs. You do get a lot bigger bang for your buck when you get the bigger welcome pack. We also, until the end of the month, we have an additional 10% off of these welcome packs, and you also get $1 membership, y'all. Our membership is just like Costco or Sam's. It's normally $39.95 for the year, and until the end of the month, our membership is only $1 for the entire year. So it's super savings. So these are a couple of the options of our welcome packs. And I want to open it up for questions. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? We are all three open books. Anybody?
Yes, Robin, this is Laverne. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I have a young lady here. Her son has thalassemia, major sickle cell, and she was interested. How old is he now?
He's 36.
He's 36, and she was wondering with triplex or what would he need to help him with that?
Actually, I think Summer's on the call. Summer, didn't you have thalassemia, babe?
Yes, I do. So I have thalassemia minor, but for me, the triplex was huge, especially the BioCleanse, because that helps to oxygenate your blood cells. And my hemoglobin was always low. And I know that that was vital in bringing my hemoglobin level up. And my hematologist tested my blood work after Plexus. And I have not, my iron level is up, and I have not needed an iron infusion for almost 6 years that I've been taking Plexus. And so it's been totally a game changer for thalassemia. Yeah. The other thing is X Factor or X Factor Plus. I was also taking that, and that has a methylated form of folate, and the folate causes your body to produce its own iron. And so I was having iron infusions, and my body would not store the iron, and my cells are also sickled. So I have the sickle cell trait, but not the disease. And so, but my cells are still sickled, and that was causing issues for me to where I would faint. But I haven't had any fainting episodes, and I have not gone back, and I haven't needed any iron infusion since Plexus. So I hope it will I would try those two, Triplex along with the X Factor Plus.
Thank you so much. She says he's been had it since he was a baby, and Shirley,
He's been had it ever since he was a baby. He was born with it.
Right.
And he is 36 years old. The white blood has something to do with the red blood.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Is the hemoglobin
and
level?
he has his eyes turn green or yellow like his eyes.
Right. We can't make any promises as to what the products will do, but I can tell you that he's going to be healthier with the products than without. And it was a major turnaround for me and helped me a whole lot in that area. And I don't go back to the hematologist anymore. So I would just say, try it and just see what it does for him.
He be in pains. He have had pains, and he hadn't been able to sleep or rest,
Yeah, we definitely suggest that you try the triplex. So get with Laverne, and she's knowledgeable. She will hook you up. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Rhea. Y'all have a great night.
Thank you. Thanks, Robin.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Good night.
Good night.